Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Ashencast, and today we're having a look at a game played on the Korean server. It is played here by Zeka, the world champion of League of Legends, and the mid laner of the world champion squad, I should say, who now is not playing for DRX anymore, with whom he got the win. He is now playing for Hanwha Life. So the current Hanwha Life roster currently consists of Kingen, Klid, Zeka, Viper, and Life. So that would be Kingen in the top lane, Klid in the jungle, Zeka obviously in the mid lane, and then as a bot carry and support, Viper bot, Life support. So that is going to be an interesting team. I think we all weren't really expecting this to... We weren't really expecting this dream team around Zeka to continue. So it's not too surprising. It you know, most people in the industry deemed it a fluke that they won, and so it is not surprising that this is disbanded. However, let's get to the game at hand. In the top lane, we have an Aatrox facing off against a Fiora. Fiora on the blue team with a Nidalee in the jungle for her and a Viego in the jungle for the red team. In the mid lane, we have the matchup that is one of the focal points here of this game, which is going to be Zeka versus Fate on the Yone. Zeka obviously playing his Akali. And then in the bot lane, we have a very skirmishy and aggressive bot lane with Berserker, played by C9... With Draven, played by C9 Berserker, and Barrow on Jhin support, facing off against the classic, the Ezreal, the Karma, the wave control team, the wave control, and then scale to team fight bot lane comp. We will see whether or not there is a solo kill here available for C9 Berserker. However, we see pathing wise currently the red team jungler is preparing for a bot lane gank. He needs to be a little bit quick here to hit that window of being able to gank this. However, right now I think here Berserker and Beryl push this slight little bit too far in, which positions them kind of in an awkward situation here, kind of overextended with not a lot of pressure onto their counterparts. Ignite onto Berserker coming down, flash now or die. He doesn't flash, he doesn't cleanse, he just takes the L. Beryl is trying to get away, but ooh, beautiful tank and aggro splitting, and that is Jhin going down as well, using his flash and the ignite as well. And here the jungler is going to help push in. However, beautiful spear lands, and that is the takedown and the kill traded here by Ezreal. Beautiful job. This is absolutely great for Ezreal, as Ezreal and Karma now have a kill, and Viego will go down with one kill that he's gotten for himself. In the mid lane, currently, Yone seems to be winning. Ooh, oh, you can't go in. That was not the best trade. Top lane, definitely in favor of the Fiora here, as early on is always a little bit difficult for Aatrox. Aatrox becomes really much stronger in other parts of the game, as we have a little bit of trading going on both of the solo lanes, with a definite advantage here for the Fiora. Oh, a little bit of miss micro here, kind of evening out the lane. So we should probably look for a recall here. We're not looking for a recall, however. Nidalee is still hovering around the bot lane, so is Viego. You can really tell that whenever Draven is on the map, everyone is kind of scared of the Draven snowball, so everyone's kind of playing into that. It's the what happens in low elo with Nasus, you know. It's everyone's kind of thinking about that matchup. All junglers are abandoning their camps on the top side to just play around exactly that. As we have a little bit of a trade here in the mid lane, and beautiful winning trade here by Zeka, who, yeah, unfortunately, the lane will be pushed in here. The reason why Zeka won this trade is because Yone had overstayed his welcome just a little bit. However, ooh, bot lane. Yeah, that is a kill onto the Karma, secured here by probably the Draven. Yeah. And Beryl still looking. Flash used by Ezreal. He has double buff, so trading is not a bad idea. However, obviously, giving up your flash like that isn't necessarily the best of situations to be in. Now, let's have a look at how this whole thing plays out. All right, so we gotta be careful. All right, so mid lane, I believe this is the fight around the XP bar. Yeah, that is exactly right. So level 6s are available here for both of the mid laners in just a little bit. And so this is kind of a crucial time in the lane. Yeah. All right, good trade by the Akali. Fate knows that he cannot win that trade. However, he's got to be a little bit careful here. Ooh, beautiful trade by the Fiora. Yeah, make that a 1, make that a 2. 3, 4. All the weak points are procced, but that seems to be a Jhin still alive. And Draven might chase down the Karma in a little bit here. Ooh, this is a probably... Yep, this is a flash out of the Aatrox at least. No solo call available here. Unfortunately, in mid lane, meanwhile, the Shuriken will not connect, and so no favorable trades here for Zeka. But Zeka already putting in quite a bit more pressure than he was in the early rotation of the lane. Everything was reset, and now he is bullying out Fate quite decently. Alright, so obviously using your Shuriken like this always shows that you're confident the enemy jungler isn't around. Okay, decent trade here out of the Akali still. This is exactly what you need to do. You need to poke up, as we have a little bit of a pressure gank out of Nidalee. Yeah, she was kind of looking for something, but didn't really get much. Control ward will be taken down, as in the mid lane, Yone has to use a lot of cooldowns to get his farm. Kali probably doesn't really care, let's be honest. Doesn't really care about the Nidalee, and very good job here by Zeka, still getting in enough trade. Ooh, ultimate, and the E on to... Ooh, and Fate will live, but that was beautifully played here by Zeka. Flash used by both of the players, and still Yone will survive, but obviously not without giving over a little bit of farm here, as ooh, a little bit of a dive botched here. Nidalee will go down as the wave hasn't been pushed in yet, and C9, Berserker, and Beryl are not able to follow. For anyone asking, why is C9 Berserker down here? Obviously, he is a Korean, so he is going to boot camp in the region that he, you know, that is most efficient for him to boot camp at. And that is not NA. Let me riddle that for you. As, I mean, who knows, he might be laid off anyway. Alright, beautiful stun. Fiora will be able to get out of this. No collapse here for the blue team, as Nidalee is around. If they decided to collapse, that wouldn't be the best situation here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they can find Viego here. Ooh, spear doesn't connect, but Viego hasn't decided to jump over the wall yet. Alright. Ooh, and the flash will be forced, but now Zeka has arrived at the scene, and Zeka has a lot of tools here for the skirmishing, and these two will not be able to answer Zeka's mobility. So Aatrox comes over, and that is going to be Yone taken down. Yeah, beautiful job. No flash available for Aatrox, so no double kill there. However, that is now a Herald going over to the red team here, which is a beautiful execution and very, very good impact here by Zeka, who didn't really get a whole lot out of the situation, but obviously his team got a crazy amount there just by him playing the Akali, who is so ridiculously strong in these early game skirmishes. And just walking up to the Yone, trading with him. Beautiful sidesteps by Zeka as well, by the way. Zeka really had a ridiculous miracle run. I've heard people say that this is the most dominant performance of a mid laner at Worlds. So this including all of Faker's runs. This is including, you know, a lot of things. Caps, for example, it is including as well. So what was the 2019 G2? Very interesting. Yone, are we sure that one double Q is worth this? I'm not entirely positive on that. No, W doesn't connect. The shield doesn't give anything. Yeah, reactive Ws are kind of difficult on Yone, and now he can't trade like this. Let's go back to the mid lane, as this is an important trade. Yeah, very good for Yone here, as the top lane is currently in favor of Fiora, but she's got to be very careful, as this Aatrox is still strong, although the matchup is very, very in favor. But this matchup can swing very heavily. If you play too dominant as the Fiora here, you can just be chased down and taken down. Ooh, Zeke sees an opening here for himself. Makes Yone uses beautiful flash dodge, but Beryl will go down anyway, and C9 Berserker sees no future here. Better that, as beautiful ultimate, but Ezreal is able to flash that one, and so Nidalee will be left defending the turret while the enemy jungler roams up to the mid lane, discovering a ward and kind of looking and preparing some vision here. Berserker. This is not optimal at all, as this current health configuration is not very good for something like Draven, and Ezreal obviously really good at spacing that out. You don't want to get hit there, but Berserker is still getting the money, so he's still kind of fine with this situation, right? He's doing a solid job, as Jhin has now arrived, and this might be a kill onto the Viego. Yeah, this is definitely a kill onto the Viego. Jhin ultimate will come out. Didn't connect with the Karma, so there is only going to be the kill onto the Viego available. What is this? The music seems weird, don't it? That seems kind of weird. There have been so many bugs with the spectator, by the way, in the last, like, I don't know, last 4 or 5 patches. It is actually depressing. This is actually Zeke just knowing that he will take down the Yone. Oh, yeah. Takes on the Yone. Yone's ultimate coming up in a couple of seconds, and Zeke will be taking that kill for himself. Even getting detected by the Nidalee Spear, that doesn't really care, and still takes the W in that trade. He will also push in the wave. Dark Harvest collected from Jhin, but nothing really will come of it, except a little bit more damage on this next Dark Harvest proc. Not the best W. Yeah, now we got to be a little bit careful here, because this is actually a potential dive angle, I would say. Herald summoned in the mid lane, so we know where Nidalee is. So it would actually be... I mean, you probably can't. Oh, do you think Viego wins versus Nidalee? I'm not 100% sure that he does, but he does win the smite. At least like this. Not the best spear, but you can definitely tell that Nidalee is keen on continuing the fight here. Aatrox doing pretty well, yeah. And he is kind of winning the trade versus the Fiora here. Fiora is alive, as the Viego will be taken down. Aatrox not able to take down the Fiora, and now Nidalee will be working on him. Beautiful job by the Nidalee. She had to flash, but she did manage to get it. In the bot lane, meanwhile, Karma has died, and this is a ridiculously aggressive bot lane, obviously, right? With the Jhin and the Draven, you need to get ahead a lot. Ooh, Fiora, you're dead. Ay. What is this map awareness, mate? What? Alright. Should maybe take Jhin to practice tool next time before we play him on a... Nah. I'm sorry. I need to stop. Need to stop being like this. It's so funny that Jhin is running Umbral Glaive. I mean, it still takes him like 5 hours to clear control ward, but at least he can one-shot normal wards now. So that's great. I mean, I love Umbral Glaive, but I also don't, you know. It's also kind of difficult on a champion that is so good at scaling with base values, you know. With base values, that is so good at scaling with combat values. So, you know, lethality and AD, and, you know, such as Jhin does, armor penetration. Doesn't really have any percentage based. I mean, he does have percentage based actually on his 4th shot, but ooh, beautiful play. But Nidalee will go down one way or another. There's no escape, but still decent play, as Viego will pick up the Nidalee here for the dragon, and obviously pick up the dragon most likely as well, unless we can see a Draven steal. Oh my god, dude, Karma got it. I can't believe that. Oh my god, that was so close. Ooh, Beryl. Ay. Beryl should have ulted, dude. Oh, Beryl didn't have ult. Okay, I accepted. Just imagine, by the way. Just freaking imagine. Alright, so Draven. Kind of laying low. Good amount of money in the bank here. Has Eclipse and the Essence Reaver already, so incredibly strong. Ooh, yeah, that is most definitely... Oh, beautiful body block by the Nidalee, by the way. Body blocking the Q for the Ezreal, as Jhin will be alive for this one. Ay. Fiora, what are we? How tilted are we on a scale of 1 to 10? Probably about 13, I would wager. Fiora not having the best of times here. Doesn't get the turret once again, as Zeka will take for himself more kill. And this is actually what we are used to from Chovy. Like, no. There is no way, dude. Oh, Berserker. A little bit different flash and you would have been fine, man. Ooh, that is unlucky. I mean, I would have never hit that flash anyway, but holy moly, dude. That was so close. Actually, decent damage here on the 4th shot for Jhin, but obviously, you know, what can I say? I'm not surprised this Jhin support is, again, not doing too hot. I don't know. The Ashe support, I can kind of get behind, right? The Jhin support, I can't get behind that one. I don't love it. But apparently people do. Ooh, oh, what a close fight here, and Yone will pick up all the spoils here. Triple kill for Yone, 4-2-0, 420, and instantly up to 500 gold bounty as well. Ooh, that is a scary Yone now. I mean, Akali is still very good at dealing with Yone, so this should be fine-ish. Alright, he will get out. As this, ladies and gentlemen, is a game that is going to be pretty close here. I mean, look, we have the strong Jhin, we have the strong Draven, and we have the strong Yone. And then on the other side, we have a Akali played by the world champion, right? By Zeka, who is pretty ridiculous right now when it comes to his gameplay and his performance. Especially on champions like Akali, obviously, right? He's not the craziest control mage player. But on something like the Akali, he is pretty ridiculous. So now Yone, obviously, he has that 2-item power spike. He has that Infinity Edge and the Shield Bow, which is going to be incredibly scary. And now look at Zeka. Zeka doesn't even have the Shadow Flame yet, which is going to be quite uncomfortable. Obviously, also has a Dark Seal. Oh, Fiora teleport. What is this? Fiora, what are we doing? Fiora teleports to get a couple of minions. This is a teleport for 200 gold or something. And then, what? Dude, you would die. Zeka can solo kill her anyway. Alright, well, that's a kill taken by Viego. Yeah, blue team is just like, okay, bro. Like, can we not? Alright, sure. So, back to business. Zeka will be actually not taking down the turret for himself, but gotta be a little bit careful here. Yeah, should be enough time to outplay this. If we hurry up, though. Zeki, you are so greedy. Yone ulted for that. Alright, Zeka will be able to get out of this, and obviously the Aatrox TP will get us a kill onto the Nidalee here. Ooh, Nidalee Flash as well donated over to the enemy team. Yone gave his ultimate as well, so what the hell are we doing? This is Korean Challenger, by the way, if you didn't notice. I can't tell. I will be honest. I cannot tell. That was a very, very greedy play. Everyone wants to play. Everyone wants to kill the world champion, I suppose. As Karma will just be clearing some vision. We are preparing currently for the dragon, of course. Hextech dragon, Chemtech dragon, Hextech cloud, fire. Like it's all of the wrong ones. No, obviously Chemtech dragon. Yeah, this is what I was talking about, right? Fiora didn't stand a chance from the beginning. Kill taken by Zeka here, and Viego will just start working on that dragon. Not much that you can do as the blue team here. Kind of an unfortunate situation. Rapid Fire Cannon, Essence Reaver, and Eclipse, pretty sexy. However, Draven, he did die somewhere, so he lost a ton of stacks. Lost a ton of stacks that he could get, cash out on. So that is quite unfortunate. Yone, ooh, preparing for the solo kill here, and yeah, Aatrox, you cannot win versus this Yone. Unless you use your flash to get out of there, yeah, but that is still not a win. Flash for ultimate, still not the perfect trade. I think Yone could have played that a little bit better as well, but it ends up being fine. It's the Jhin W connects, but does it matter? No, it does not matter, as Yone is working on, well, actually just the minions. We'll be taking down the minions with the jungler hovering him. This is something that you can do a lot of the time as a jungler. If you have a strong side laner like this Yone, oftentimes it's a good idea to hover him, because maybe people might come try to kill him and you can get yourselves some free kills. Gotta be a little bit careful here though, because the Akali is looking and Zeka is hunting. Ooh, this is Viego as well. What is happening with the Jhin ultimate? All right, we're just missing all the shots. That's totally fine. Great, I'm impressed. Why am I so... Dude, I'm so anti-Jhin support. I don't know why. Ooh, Zeka will take down Akali with a beautifully smooth combo, but a little bit of an... I mean, you know, you didn't have to use your ultimate, Zeka, okay? We both know you didn't have to, right? But you wanted the kill. It's fine. I understand. I understand. All right, so Yone doing Yone things. You know, he's farming up, he's powering up and waiting to hit those big, like, 3-man Q into ult. And I just realized that my cast logo is definitely not in the right position here. Good job, me. All right. So we will see how exactly this one goes. Ooh. Keep angry. This is going to be an interesting game, dude. I can't predict how teamfights will go. I think that red team still wins teamfights. I'm pretty sure. However, Yone makes all the difference here. If Yone hits a ridiculously strong ultimate... Okay, well, if Berserker does things like this, the classical side lane AD carry, then obviously now there's a huge opening here to do Baron for the red team. If we can get a catch onto something like the Nidalee, I think that would be ridiculous. Are we just starting the... Oh, I don't know if we can do Baron just in front of them like that. We will see. Nidalee doesn't think so either. Nidalee's still working on that. The teleport coming out here as Akali toying with the Yone, and she will find herself to safety, and that is a kill taken down here by Zeka. Another one goes down here to the red wave that spreads across the map right now, and that is Fate trying to make that play still work, but enemy team just... The blue team just surrenders. They have had enough. What is this tilted surrender? What is this, Korea? Oh my god. Casting games in preseason, dude. You got yourself a Jhin support. You got the early surrenders, man. You never know what's happening. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay awesome.